Hello YouTube, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, and Bast the Cat, formerly known as Bast the Kitten, and she is just soaking up the love, the feline love. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and you will see my cats from time to time for those of you who are new to my YouTube channel. But I wanted to give a very overdue Moon Serpent and Bone 6th Annual Yule Night Market thank you. Those of you that have known me for a long time, those of you that know me IRL in real life, you know that gratitude and praise are daily practices for me. And last year I did a lot of events, and that's shaping up to be the case this year as well. But I absolutely wanted to give an overdue thank you to Amy, the living goddess and creatrix of the Moon Serpent and Bone night markets, as well as the proprietor of Otherworldly Waxes, for her kindness, for her professionalism, for her generosity, for her great energy, for her good juju, for her magic, for everything that she does, all of her hard work, and for honoring who I am and what I do. It is always an honor and a pleasure and a joy to work with Amy. She has spoiled me for anybody else's events, any other metaphysical supply store, any other type of event that is similar or dissimilar to the Moon Serpent and Bone night markets. I also want to thank the staff and the volunteers of Locust Grove Estate, which is located in Poughkeepsie, New York, for their professionalism, for their patience, for their kindness, for their knowledge and wisdom of the artifacts, of the exhibits, of the property, of the grounds. Interacting with them, however brief, is always a pleasure. I especially want to thank John because he makes some fantastic coffee, which I will have several cups of during the night. And of course, I want to thank my fellow readers, my fellow witches, my fellow practitioners, all of the amazing vendors, including but not limited to the Megan, oh my God, I forgot her last name. Megan, also known as Dr. Witch, and of course, Tracy the Baker, because if you have ever been to a Moon Serpent and Bone night market where Tracy the Baker is there, I'm going to tell you something. You see it, you want it, you buy it. If you see it and you walk away, don't expect it to be there. One of the advantages of being one of the practitioners, one of the readers, is that when she gets there, I get to look at everything. That way I can make my selections. And make no mistake, I make my selections and I pay for them in advance. I want her to know the money is there. I don't want her to forget anything. I want her to know that that one and that one and that one is mine. And that's all she wrote. Her culinary skills are phenomenal. And she absolutely puts a whole lot of love and a whole lot of good juju in her baked goods. Oh, and those crescent moon cakes, you better buy them. Because if you buy them, like I said, those sell out fast. Those sell out fast. And the fact that this upcoming 7th Annual Ostara Night Market is on the same night as a lunar eclipse and full moon in Virgo, those moon cakes are going to fly off her table. I'll just tell you that now. And of course, absolutely, I must thank the amazing people who availed themselves of my psychic services on the date of the Moon Serpent and Bone 6th Annual Yule Night Market, which was Friday, December 6th, 2024. I am always happy when I lose track of how many clients with whom I meet. I am always happy when I don't even get to crack open a book, because why spend all the time, energy, and money to just read a book? You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I live for reading books. Reading books to me is like oxygen, same thing as listening to music. But if I'm going for a work event, for an event that's a part of my professional psychic practice, there's no reason for me to be reading a book, right? Right. Am I right? Yes, I'm right. And I absolutely want to thank all of the wonderful people who made surprise appearances, although Krampus was not a surprise appearance, because Krampus is always at the Moon Serpent and Bone Yule Night Market, so yeah. And I actually know what Krampus looks like under his mask. Yes, it finally happened. Anyway, so just an enormous thank you to everyone who was a part of the Moon Serpent and Bone 6th Annual Yule Night Market. And of course, I definitely want to thank the amazing staff at the hotel at which I stayed, because their professionalism was stellar, rock star level. Given the chain of hotels, it would not, if you knew what it was, you would not be shocked. You'd be like, oh, of course, they're going to give you VIP rock star service. Yes, they do. Every time. Every time I'm in one of these hotels, yes, I do. Dippity-do, receive rock star VIP service. And of course, I also want to thank the food truck vendor. I cannot believe I forgot their name. I had an opportunity to eat some of the food there. I'm very particular about what I eat, or even how much I eat before and during an event. I'm very almost fanatical about eating as little as possible, or eating very light if I do eat before an event. And especially with a Moon Serpent and Bone Night Market, I definitely want to eat light stuff. I don't necessarily need to eat anything organic or vegan or vegetarian, but I definitely need to eat something that's very light, earlier in the day preferably, because I definitely do not do well having a full stomach when I'm conducting readings or goddess energy healing treatments, or engaging in magical spell casting for a client. And for the record, I have not had that happen, because I go out of my way to make sure that that does not happen. I want to make sure that I am completely comfortable physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually and psychically. So I make sure that whatever I do eat, I eat as early in the day as possible, or I eat very lightly just before the event begins. And even if I'm eating something, even if I have the opportunity to eat something throughout the night, I make sure that it's very light. And for the most part, it's basically liquids, water, coffee. If somebody goes out and gets a soda or whatever, an iced tea, I make sure that I keep it as light as possible. And those of you that have had readings with me, you know that I do a lot of talking. So make no mistake, and I've been doing a lot of talking today too. But anyway, thank you again, and thank you so very much to those of you who spread the word online and off about the 6th Annual Yule Night Market. And of course, to all of you in YouTube land, thank you for all the likes, all the comments, all the shares, and all the subscriptions. And an extra big and beautiful thank you to those of you who have already scheduled your sessions, including the individual who had a video reading with me earlier today, which was scheduled exactly 1 week ago. She knows how fast I book up. She's like, what does next week work for you? And then she gave me a time frame. She knows. So yes. And I still have availability in March of 2025. I have plenty of availability yet in April of 2025. Limited in May, some in June, some in July. And that's all she wrote. And as always, stay in tune with your intuition. Stay safe, stay well, stay hydrated, and stay tuned for the next video. Isn't that right, Bast? Isn't that right, Bast? Nothing. She just says nothing, because she's so pretty.